Hello, I'm Sean from Zarz Comics and Collectibles. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching. Uh, just doing my standard Thursday night stream under a new name of Thursday Nights with Zarz. Just going to be standard normal show showing collectibles, comics, and other cool things that I picked up. Occasionally have people jumping on and joining me. Today I will be showing my first haul of my pull list books for the year, as it's the first time I've had a chance to get to my LCS and pick up my books. Hey Todd, how are you doing, buddy? I will also be showing just some pickups of some books that I got for a show I will be attending in a few months to get signed. So we'll get this started and go. Let's do this. We'll chuck the stream in the chat if anyone wants to jump on. Okay, start off with first book. So I picked up 8 Billion Genies, #1, first print. Main reason I got this book is because the show that I will be attending in April will have the two creators of this book in attendance. So the writer and the artist. And I don't overly have anything these guys have done. So obviously I decided to get this. It's a 1 in 25 variant by Charles Soule and Ryan Brown. So take this with me to get signed. As I've said in previous streams, I don't overly pick up much these days on the weekly basis. So obviously I don't have a lot to be picking up and getting down to Big City Comics to grab. But obviously, as always, Marvel previews book, the new Image previews book, and as always, DC's preview book. So I will have a look through these later on to see if there is anything I'm going to want to grab, but I don't think there's going to be too much in there. Alright, we'll start. First book, Uncanny X-Men, #7. I'm really digging the covers on the Uncanny run at the moment. They're different. They've gone back to like the old school style with a lot of characters on the front, and it's not just a cover by cover anymore. Next we have Nightwing, 121. Finally a cover that just isn't Nightwing backwards on the front cover. This series is, besides the Uncanny run, the longest series that I've been collecting. Obviously you can see we're at 121 and started from 0. So doing well. Again, we have House of X, Disney, What If covers. I'm picking up these for my nieces. So, obviously, have 3 of it. Okay, next we have another X-Men title, number 9. And we have Wolverine's Claws. I'm going to assume we're talking Psylocke. Could be someone else. Also, digging the old school inside the front cover. So, we have X-Men. Nightwing again. So, not collecting much DC at the moment. So I think there's only really 2 titles from DC that I'm still getting. Uncanny X-Men, number 8. Another cover full of characters, which is cool. Interesting back cover. Learn to Draw Comics. So, alrighty. Another Uncanny. You can see by the short runs I have of some of the books that I think this is the first chance I've had to pick up some books since before Christmas. So, catching up slowly. We have Marvel Red Band, Blade, Explicit Contact. So, preview, Peach Momoko cover coming up, Ultimate X-Men. So that was number 4. We have number 3 here. So I haven't actually started reading this Blade run, so I don't know if it's any good or not. I have to pull them out of the bags and catch up. So we have number 2. Looks like a pretty cool cover. Alrighty. These few books we'll leave for last. So we have Shazam and the Misadventures of Superman John Kent. So out of the DC, I think I'm down to 3 titles, which is obviously Nightwing, Shazam, and Green Arrow, which is next book we have up, which is a pretty cool cover. Okay, back to Marvel. We have Spirits of Vengeance, Ghost Rider, okay. I did not know Titans was still going. I thought Titans was finished. I must have misread or informed on this. So we have 4 titles from DC. Another Green Arrow. Okay. Shazam. Next up, we have Ghost Rider, Spirits of Vengeance number 3. Another Titans. And last book that was on my weekly pull list is Spirits of Vengeance, Ghost Rider number 4. I went hunting with Mark at Big City first for some newer books that are a little bit older, as for some of the creators that are coming to the show. I obviously know the creators and I like some of their work, but when I actually looked through my CLZ, I realized that I didn't even have any sort of decent books from those creators, and I was searching for some of the minor key books for these guys. So the first one I picked up is a book that I had heard of but completely forgot about. And when I told Mark that I was looking for a book for Tom King, he told me that he thinks he might have this. So we have The Joker, The Man Who Stopped Laughing, number 7. This is a Tom King April Fool's cover. So obviously Tom King hand drew cover. He did this cover and he did one other cover for one of the other titles he was on. So as you can see, Joker Who Stops Laughing, issue 7, April Fool's variant cover. So I figured since I'm going to meet Tom King and he's at the show, that I would try getting something different signed. And hey Dave, no sound, you can't hear me? Ken, 1 second. Hey, I think it might be you, Dave, because when I turn on the stream on my phone, I can hear myself. And Todd can hear me too. All right. Thank you, Todd. I thought maybe I spent the last 15 minutes talking to myself because no one heard. We got someone in the background that's Adam to the stage.
I could hear you, man.
That's good. I'm not going crazy.
I only turned it on for like 5 seconds and you just jumped straight on. So
how's things, dude?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I finally got this figure.
Which
I
figure?
was just filming a short.
Oh, the bison. I seen that you picked it up from Pop Toys. Yeah.
It's got like, it's the first figure I've got with like a, what they call it, like a wired cloth cape, which is awesome, but it's a pain in the ass because he's got like, you can take this off and just put different, just regular shoulder pads on him, but this kind of falls off a lot, so it's hard to pose him with the cape. So yeah, I was filming a short and I just took a break because it was getting annoying. But like the fact that he can like, look at that, how cool is that?
Yeah. Is it Velcroed in place or does it magnet?
It's got like this, these shoulder pads kind of clip in. I thought like there's a little bit of a, no, there is no magnet actually. I thought it'd be a magnet, but it's not. It just kind of clips into the shoulder pad there, but it kind of comes off. It doesn't clip in that easily. And then it doesn't really,
Of course you do, Beau.
Wish I
Everyone
had more.
wishes they had a wired cape.
Apparently, a new Captain America movie came out.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't really care, so I didn't like. Literally, I saw a trailer like 2 weeks ago. And I was like, "Oh, when did that trailer come out?" And Mad Spidey was like 2 months ago. What's up, old wolf?
Good morning, Tony. The link is in the chat if anyone wants to jump on. As I was saying, fake Marvel fan.
Me?
I don't know if he's talking to you or to me.
I never claimed to be a Marvel fan, so it's okay.
CGI in X-Men movies was better than this. Then in Captain America, Todd. Everyone excited about Giantside. I'm hoping that I'm not doing anything on Sunday and I can come.
9 a.m. and 10 a.m. tickets are sold out, I believe.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. I'm working Saturday night,
okay.
so I'd be lucky if I get up before 11.
Your last time, I remember you should not. Was it the last one? You showed up at like 1:30 when I was just about to leave, and I was like, "Oh, I better hang out for half an hour."
Yeah, I'll be getting there later if I think. Hopefully it's good, Dave. Yeah, Simon, it was to you. You're the fake Marvel fan. But Captain America wasn't bad, wasn't amazing, but still enjoyable. See you at 9, Simon. You know, as I was saying, and you've probably seen, so I got my Tom King.
Oh, nice. Do you want to swap? I got
cover.
one of those.
So,
I think I've got the I've got one where he drew like an homage to Batman issue 1.
Yeah, I think Mark was telling me he did, I think, 3 different covers.
Yeah, he did a few.
And the other book I picked up, which is a King book as well, was Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, #1, the variant cover.
Do you want me to bring a C3 package? Where'd you get these from?
From Mark. Are you talking to me, Dave, or are you talking to Simon?
Wait, what's in the C3 package?
I've got my commission book coming.
Oh, so he's probably talking to you. He's probably talking to you. I don't have any C3 package.
I don't know if anything got sent for you. I don't know.
No.
Because it was from Rob. Rob sent a whole bunch of stuff together. So I'm not sure what you got. If you got anything.
I don't have anything.
In saying that, I'm sure you probably didn't see it. Not talking to me. I don't know if you'll still be there by the time I get there, Dave.
Yeah, Sean's a late bloomer.
Yeah. If you want, Simon, do you mind taking it and then you can give it to me next weekend? If you
Wait, how much stuff is there? How much stuff do I have to carry around for you?
It should be 1 book.
Oh, okay. I'm sure I can handle 1 book. It better not be an expensive one though, because I pick up my books.
Yeah, he just picks up things from 3 months ago. I'm sure you didn't see. So
8 billion genies. What cover is that?
That's the 1 in 25 cover.
Nice.
So both of the guys are going to be at C2E2. So I'm going to get them both to sign up. So, and then I see your thoughts. Have you ever seen these things before, Simon?
Like you put like a print in there?
No, so you... Let's see. Not even sure. Where does it go?
Oh wait, is that like a signature? Is that a signature thing?
Yeah. So...
Okay, but that's... I mean, I guess... But what happens if you want the signature, in a certain... It's not exactly the same as a signature window.
No, but for books that don't overly matter, it makes it easier having them prepped to get done.
I made a signature window when for the Art Germ signing, when Neville was getting all the books signed. I made my first signature window. It was a success. The second time I made it anyway. The first one I had to scrap and do it again.
Dave said it's just a Gemini mailer sign.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
And that's curse words variant. Are you talking for 1 billion genies, Dave?
8 billion.
8 billion, yeah, that makes more sense. But yeah, so I'm going to take these to make it a little bit easier to get the books signed. So when I'm there. Now, I know you're not much of a getting things signed person, but give me your... Yes.
I like books getting signed. I just don't want to line up for them.
Thanks, Beau. That's the book I just picked up, Dave. It's not even a key book.
Backing boards are hard to get, mate. I haven't had any for like over a month now. I've got a bunch of books to a bagging board.
No, Beau, I'm not. I only got that book to get signed to use as bait to trade onto something else. Well, as I was going to ask, I know you're not big on getting books signed, but you do get some. But do you think it's better getting the same old book that everyone gets signed, or getting something unique and different?
Well, it depends. What is it for you, or is it on sale?
No, for me.
For you, I just get a book that you want to get signed. So for Art Germ, I mean, there's so many Art Germ covers. I didn't know what I wanted, and I picked Something's Killing the Children because it was a fairly new cover, but also it's my favorite series. So it was the first time Art Germ had done a cover for it too. So,
but in saying that, like Art Germ, I do not have one Art Germ cover in my collection.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Not one?
Not one. I looked on CLZ and everything, and I do not have one cover of his thing.
You're more of an A cover guy, aren't you? That's probably why.
I don't even really look at covers, to be honest. Whatever Mark gives me, he gives me. So, fake Art Gem. All right, Beau, the same question I just asked Simon. What's your answer? And Dave and Tony and Todd, if you're still in
story? Have you heard the story of when Omnibo went and met Art Germ?
No.
So remember when Art Germ a few years back, he how he just shows up to a comic shop and says, "Hey, I'll do a signing." So he was at All Star, right? So I remember that day I saw it on Facebook or something, and I was like, "Oh!" And I was like, "Tony, Art Germ's going to be at All Star today, like right now." And obviously we were at work, so we couldn't go. So Beau had the same thing, but Beau was like, "I want to go," and they're like, "You have to work, Beau." So Beau started being all grumpy as he does. And they said, "Fine, Beau, go get your stupid comic book signed." So Beau goes down to, I mean, you can come on and tell the story yourself, Beau, but you're not here. So Beau goes down to All-Star Comics and in classic Beau fashion, introduces himself to Art Germ with a joke. That didn't land. But it's okay. Yeah. Still got a book signed, so it's all good.
Was this the joke about his daughter or something?
It was the joke. It was It was the same joke that he used on Mark when he first met Mark, which also didn't land. But one day, I promise you, that joke will land, Beau. You just gotta tighten it up a bit, you know. Just gotta, sometimes jokes you gotta rework them, find the right angle, You'll get there. Just keep doing it until you get it right.
Hey, Todd, if you really want a Batman book signed by Stan Lee, there's one for sale on eBay.
Is it like the one where Stan Lee does the DC characters?
Yeah, Stan Lee does Batman or whatever it's called. And CG sketch of his Extremity book. Okay, that's cool. Daniel Warren Johnson's line last at Heroes Day when we were there was just fucking crazy. And then he wasn't even there on time, wasn't there for half of it. So
I'm actually curious to know what the Art Germ line would have been like, because for me, I'm, at the Melbourne Comic Cons and stuff like that. Obviously, we don't have big name artists and creators come, and there's never really a big line, if any. I mean, look, Tom Taylor once I saw have a line of 10 people, but like usually we don't get it here, except for when Eastman came. When Eastman came, I was like, oh, okay, so Eastman's obviously a big deal. But I'm not used to the lines. So that time when I lined up for Eastman, it was so ridiculous. And Eastman talks your ear off. So every fucking person that stopped for a signature, he chatted to you for like 2 minutes. So I was in line for 4 hours. And the first hour, I didn't move. I moved one step in 1 hour. How ridiculous is that?
okay.
Never again.
So Eastman's line?
Yeah, you got VIP or whatever the hell.
No, but think of Eastman's line, the one that you know. Yeah. Now, for Scotty Young and Jenny Frison, that's what their lines are.
So but I think if I went to Heroes Con, because it's 3 days, yeah?
Yeah.
I would probably wait till like the second or third day to line up for a signature. Do you think that's the way to go?
No.
No? Get it first?
So, like, I started, so I got in early. Obviously, I spent like the first hour and a half, 2 hours just walking around trying to find, obviously, X-Men 1 and the other books and stuff. And then I literally started doing signatures from then on. And I spent all day doing signatures. And I think I did 8 signatures in that day. So if you wait till the Saturday and Sunday, there's chances people show up late, people think, and you have to remember there's people who only come to the show Saturday and only come to the show Sunday. So I personally see it as you get as many of the signatures out of the way as you can, as quickly as possible, and then focus on the rest.
Fair enough.
Because especially yeah, but obviously Dave's going to tell you opposite. So
I still got to work out with Dave. I definitely want to do a CGC submission this year. I just need to pick which books and work out the costs. That's probably more.
That's what I said, Dave.
Yeah, no, that's why he was saying no to me. I think he's probably a little bit lagging in his stream. It's catching up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to decide which 5 books. Or it depends. How much do you think? Oh, Dave is here in the chat. How much roughly would it cost if I want to get 5 books graded? And pretty much all of them. Yeah, well, like I don't have old fucking keys.
No, but it still depends on the value.
That's
so like dumb. Even though your Batman Adventures isn't old, it's still a valuable book. So its dumb. Grade will determine how much it's going to cost. If I'm right,
that is so dumb. That should be illegal. I mean, that's no better than comic shops selling fucking, aftermarket prices. A week after release. It's no different.
Todd gets a lot of books graded.
20 to 100. See, if that's how much it costs a book, then I can't afford it.
No, you got to look at it. What do you call it? So your book last year, with everything, the thing, I think worked out to be about $80 Australian, and that was with no shipping.
For one book.
Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
I think obviously the more books you do in one go, it gets
Cheaper.
obviously a bit cheaper. But I would say, just say the value of each book was $100, then I think you'd be looking roughly about 120 a book. So 600 for 5 books.
What about
But
that book?
that book, it'll depend on the grade. I'm sure Dave will correct me if I'm wrong, but if it comes back like a 9.6 or a 9.8,
I don't think it'll be that high. It'll be in the 9s for sure. I reckon we could get with a good press. I reckon we could get lucky to get a 9.6, but I reckon more like a 9.2, 9.4.
Either way, a 9.2, 9.4 is still going to put that book at about 1,000.
Oh, that sucks, man. See, that's so shit though. Like, yeah, see, that's what I thought. $40 a book, American, and what, $60 here.
But it is that. But you have to remember, your book was $80 because I had to get the witness to come with me for the signature and stuff.
Books up to $400 value be 27 US. That's like $50. That's not that bad. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what it should be. Because so there's two. I'll definitely want that slabbed. So I'm probably going to get my Planet Comics.
27 book. Is
about $50, right?
Disappear too.
Probably a bit over 50, maybe at the moment.
Yeah, about $50. But yeah,
we lost you.
Or your back if it's coming back in a 9.
What $500 to grade the book?
Hear
Are
me?
you serious? Yeah, you're good. I think it was just the internet cutting out for a sec. That book will cost you 95 US. Maybe I should just get shit book slabbed then. So I'll get my facsimile slabbed instead.
You gotta get, so if you're getting your modern stuff like your Something is Killing the Children stuff, shouldn't be too bad. It's unless it's like a thing. But anything that's older or a key in some form, they can stuff you over. So according to Dave, your Batman Adventures will be 95, give or take.
Well, if that's the case, then I can probably afford 3 books at most. Because that I definitely want. I'll probably slab my Planet Comics 1, Dave Stevens cover. And maybe my Crow third print. That's not worth much. It's a third print.
Mm.
But in a slab, it would look sexy.
Is Dan Parent mean anything to you?
Does what?
Dan Parent, an artist or a writer?
No. But don't put your moderns with old books. They don't like it. They find it lazy and cripple you with grades. But what do you mean? As in, like, don't send...
So what happens is if you send 2 different tiers of books, so a modern book with an old book, then it gets split to 2 separate orders, but they have to try and do them together. So he's saying they'll stuff you over for it.
See, that's another bullshit thing. That's why grades don't mean shit to me. I just want it to look cool inside a slab. I couldn't give a shit if it's a 9.8 because fucking how many 9.8s are out there that aren't truly 9.8s? How many 9.6s, 9.4s out there that should be a 9.8? It's fucking bullshit, man. I'm telling you that right now. I fucking hate grades. I'm getting worked up.
Swear on your own channel.
Sorry.
Nah, that's why I honestly don't bother with slabbing books anymore because it's just too much bullshit.
Yeah. So maybe I only get 3 books slabbed. 95, that's what? That's going to be like 150, 160 bucks for the one book to get slabbed.
It's about 160 each, give or take.
I don't think the other ones will be... It's weird, man, because, I mean, what really determines the value of a freaking book? Like...
But see, that's the thing. Like, I think Dave was talking about it on his channel last time. Even when you're filling in the paperwork, you got to put in the value of what you think the book is, and you're paying the submission fee for that value. Now, in some books, it was what do you call it? In some books, between a 9 and a 9.2 and a 9.4 can be $400-$500 difference. And if you're lucky enough to get that bump to the 9.2, 9.4 when you think it's a 9, then they send you an invoice to pay the difference.
I think with the press, that book's looking good. It's definitely not a 9.8, but with the press, I think that book looks good.
Well, you can only try and find out. Hopefully works in your...
I'm going to do, you know what? I'm going to do this just so when I get the books back, I'm going to go on the biggest rant about CGC.
Okay.
What's going on, Gene?
How you going, Gene? Yeah, I think maybe, isn't it Tony who likes to use CGC? Beetlejuice. Does that mean you're popping up on screen, Simon? We said your name 3 times.
You mean Old Wolf?
Yeah. Doesn't he
they
like
lost his book. They lost it.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost his book. I think they lost his. I think he had 3 books and they stuffed one of them up, I think, and then I don't know, it was something crazy, and then they gave him like $500 credit to make up for it. Let us know, Old Wolf. What was the story? Because I'm pretty sure they lost his books. I don't know if it was all of them, or I think they wrecked one of them and then they lost one of them, or something like that. Oh, sorry, we'll give you $500 to make up for it. What about my books, you idiots? Ah.
And that's $95 without the press, Simon.
A lot of money, Lee.
It's a tough thing. Like, I didn't mind doing your books because obviously I was there and I was getting them back. So I knew I was giving them. Of course, Simon, your ears are always burning. We're always talking about you. I was getting them back the same day. So but I honestly don't. I know it's very rarely that something happens, but I don't trust the whole point of not being able to see the process in my own sort of time period and eyes. So you don't know what book's coming back in the slab. You don't know anything unless you've got a unique book or a unique situation where you know, yes, 100% that's the book you sent them. So
what about your 10 that you sent off? I came back a 10.
Yes, but I didn't send that to CGC directly. I sent that to like a facilitator for a signature, and they sent it off.
There you go. He sent 3 books. They destroyed one, damaged one, and graded the last one with damage. I thought they lost one. Old Wolf.
What books were they? Old school books, Tony? Newer stuff?
Yarn Man, first print, Yarn Man, second print. They gave me credit for $500. But you'll never, I don't know, man. Imagine they damaged your book. Imagine, like, sorry, what you thought was a 9.2 is now a 4 thanks to us. Here's $500.
Yeah, but Dave, when you're talking, they make a lot of mistakes. You're talking more in the labels and the way they do the stuff more than physically.
It's some of the mistakes are insane. I can't remember which YouTuber it was. Was it Skiff? I can't remember who it was, but they sent off a Marvel. It was like it was some kind of special fancy reprint of, I think, ASM 1, and also some fancy reprint of Superman, and they got the labels wrong. So the Superman book came back as the Marvel book, and the Marvel book came back as the DC book. And I'm like,
Yeah.
ah!
But see, a mistake like that I can handle.
I was right. Yarn Man.
Yeah.
It was Yarn Man. I want to get my Yarn Man slabbed.
As much as it's not something that should happen from a company like that, it's still an honest mistake. But damaging books and doing things like that, yeah, it's not something you expect. But wrong label, wrong thing.
If they're damaging books, you can only imagine what it's like there. They probably like when you send your books to CGC, it's probably no different than it being in my room right now, sitting underneath a pile of other shit. That's
I honestly don't think it is. They probably have, however, well, when you think about it, if CGC, the amount of books that got handed in at Heroes Con for them to do in the show, you gotta think to grade a book properly takes at least 5 to 10 minutes. By the time you're going through the pages, you're looking for the thing. How many books was each person doing? How many people were doing it in that weekend to get all those books handed out and back?
The other thing as well from that, I don't know if you remember the video that Bub made, and the books that he got done in that weekend, they weren't in the consensus. Is that what's called?
The census, yeah.
Yeah. So like, I want to know, because obviously we don't have access to that, but are our books?
Yeah, you don't need anything to have access to that.
Oh, really? I thought you had to be a member to access that.
Yeah, but you can sign up for free. You don't have to.
Can you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because I had the same problem. That Something is Killing the Children book, the one in 400. I decided to go on the census to check to see how many of them are graded and things. And I typed in the barcode and nothing come up. So then I messaged CGC, and 3-4 hours later, I get a message, and then it's on the census.
Can you check? So are you allowed to free check your, because they all have numbers, don't they?
Yeah, let's do this. CGC.
Do you want to get my book?
Yeah, you get your book and I will sign in, and then I'll share the screen.
I just want to show off my book.
My book.
Yeah, the one you got for me.
The best book in your collection?
Ooh, it's pretty sexy, isn't it? Do you need the number?
Give me 1 second. It's still loaded.
Double signature, baby. Double. Not one, but two. Thanks, Sean. Thanks for that. It was supposed to only be a Jenny Frison cover. And Sean's like, do you want Scotty Young's? I was like, sure. And there you go. Double signature. Beautiful cover. Give it up for Sexual Chocolate. Beautiful book.
Right.
Take a photo. Slab that Yarn Man. Yeah. If it wasn't so expensive, maybe hey, how's Halo looking these days? Maybe I'll get my Yarn Man's Halo graded. I'll get Neville to get me a custom Yarn Man label as well.
I've heard that he's a bit delayed too.
No shit. Neville has 300 books there.
Come on.
I do like the custom labels from Halo, like Neville's custom Crow. It's like a black label. It looks sick with that book. Wait, is there banana gate in here? Let's see. Let's see. It's pretty straight. It's pretty straight. That's all right.
Let me sign in through my phone because it's not. I can't remember my fucking password. Tony, you should know by now that Simon's more talk than action.
What are you talking about?
Getting the yard man done.
Yeah, I'm not going to get a CGC. Again, if it's going to cost that much, why would I get that? But if it was a Halo...
No, but it'll cost you $7.
It'd be the one yarn man. It's yarn man, not yard man, old wolf. It's your freaking spec book. How do you spell it wrong? Is D next to N on the keyboard? No. Isn't it yarn man, not yard man? I've been saying it wrong the whole time. It's yarn man, right? Oh, that's so sick. You know what I should do? You know how I do the photos on Instagram, like of the comic book and the action figure? You know, Sarah's really into crocheting right now. Maybe she's like obsessed with crocheting. Look, I've got all this random crochet stuff on my thing now. That's like a little dragon. That's this little, I don't even know what that is. And she made me some crochet dumplings. And I was like, that's racist. I'm on the phone. Yarn man. That's right. Yarn man. If I get Yarn Man Halo slabbed, it will be the only Yarn Man on the Halo census.
Does he even have a census?
Probably not.
Okay. Alrighty. That was my bad because I was using the wrong email. Resources. Census. Let's go here. Let's do this. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Okay, so it's the you love in the dark, is it?
Don't I just give you the barcode?
No,
that's what I'm checking. They all have a barcode, and that's how I'm not saying, that's how you check if this book is.
I got to check the registry, not the.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what it's called, the registry. Is that a free service?
Yes. Comic registry. Explore the registry. Go into a different page. So let's see when this page comes up, what we have to do. Okay. Is this page come up? The new page come up?
No, you need to
share this tab instead. Did it change?
Yeah. Oh, you've just got a single screen. Is that why this is happening right now?
What?
Are you just on a single screen? Is that why this is happening?
Yeah, I'm on the laptop.
Okay.
So it's considered a horror book.
Isn't there a thing where you just type the barcode number in?
Yeah, because this is... Let me see. I don't use fucking this site that much. Galleries, chatboard. Verify CVC certification. Yep, all right, here. Finally got it. So it's showing. Yep.
Oh, okay. You ready?
All right, let me go here. Okay, yep.
Ready? So it's 444.
Yep.
76.
Yep.
22.
Yep.
00.
Yep.
2. Let's go. Let's go. Sorry, this is not on there. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit, there it is. Greatest notes. Witnessed the Jenny Frison signing. Witnessed the Scotty Young. There it is, baby. Good job. Great job. Great job, CGC. I take everything back.
All right. So sometimes they're there, sometimes.
Oh, now do you want to check my other one? The one that I got done at Supernova. Wait, how did that? Oh, no, that got sent, didn't it? Never would have sent it to CGC and got it back.
Well, if you want, just give me the number and we'll check.
It's just another excuse for me to show off the book. Ready? It is double four. Double five. Oh, sorry. Double four. 599. 57. 007. Ooh. That's cool. That's pretty cool. Wait a sec. This is not cover A, is it? No, that's definitely not cover A. Well, there's a mistake. It's not cover A.
Sure.
Yeah, because these are cover A is always by the writer. I mean, not the writer, the interior artist. The variants artists are always the variants. So Lao variant cover A, unless because there was like I think 3 versions of Stanley's cover, but it's weird that it says yeah. So maybe it's Lao variant cover A. I guess I'll let him get away with that.
I don't have my one here to look
Where
it
did
up.
you get that?
No, but the one I bought, I just wanted to check that it was a real proper book, CGC'd, and yeah, it wasn't on there. And then when I told them, then they ended up putting it on. So, but yeah, so all of this stuff is free, Simon. You don't need to pay anything or that. You just sign on, and you can look at it all.
Very cool.
So, like, did you be surprised that I'll show you on there my 10 in the census.
Yeah.
How many there actually is.
I've got a couple of really shit slabs, and I wonder how many on the census there are. I've got at least 3 slabs that, like, why would you slab those books? Matt Spidey just gave me one recently. He was like, here you go, have this, I want it. And I was like, okay. And then I looked and I was like, why would anyone in their right mind slab this book?
Yeah, I have some.
I got some really bad ones. Are we?
So, but I can't. Yeah, because fucking I'm doing the JLL Avengers, but then freaking I forget 2 of them are JLL Avengers, and then the other 2 are Avengers JLL.
Yeah, right, Todd? Have you got that book handy? You should show everyone after you look it up.
No, I don't have it handy.
Oh, so Sean has this 10, right? For those who don't know, I'll fill you in. Sean has this 10. It's the classic George Perez cover, Superman holding Thor's hammer. And are we there yet? He's got it as a 10. When he showed me, I was like, "You've got that book in a 10? That's insane! Like that's a great book to have in a 10." Because a lot of people will have 10s, and it's just some random book, right? That's a 10. To have a good, like an iconic cover as a 10 is incredible. So Sean tells me, I'm sending it to CGC for the George Perez signing to crack it, sign it, and then regrade it. I was like, you're got to be stupid to send a 10 to CGC to get signed and regraded. If you think that's coming back at 10, you got another thing coming. And then Sean, if you go back to his earlier video, you should watch the video. You got the link, Sean? If you go back to that video, Sean gets the book back, and it was a 10 again. I couldn't believe it.
Have a look how many 10s there is.
42?
Yeah.
That's more than I would expect.
So, but if I had got it signed, look how many 10s there would be signed.
So what ended up happening with that again? You didn't get that book signed at all, did you?
No, because he died.
Yeah, he died.
And then they got Jim Starlin and Marv.
They gave you the George Perez label though, right?
That's right. They upgraded the label. And most of the books that George Perez worked on was with Stalin or Wolfman.
Wolfman, yeah.
So those two stepped in to do the signatures. So out of the 11 books we sent for Perez, I think 8 of them were done by Stalin and Wolfman, and there was 3 that weren't. So, but yeah, so 42 of perfect 10s of that book.
Yeah, I remember when you told me that, I was like sweating like, Sean, that is not coming back at 10. I was almost willing to bet. Good thing I didn't.
I was too, don't worry. I'm very surprised that it ended up staying good. But could be worse. I could have got my books damaged or lost like Old Wolf, or wrong labels like other people.
Oh, the lost book is the worst of the worst. Like, how can you lose someone's books?
Yeah, just like any workplace here, people undervalued, overworked.
Stop being so understanding, Sean.
You have to be. If no place ever fucked up or made mistakes, everything would be perfect and too easy.
That's what we want. We want perfection.
So, but yeah. So you're gonna work out these 3 books, and then you're gonna get hooked and addicted and keep sending.
No, because I'm not, like I said, like I like graded comics just because I think it looks cool. Like, you know, if I'm not going to fucking open the book again, then it looks cool. I mean, I've never opened that book, and I probably would never will, and I'm happy not. I've got the dollar comics version of it, and also
So
like some variant reprint as well.
I actually read my version of that book when I got it.
You only picked yours up, what, 2 years ago?
No, it's been longer than that. It was before COVID.
Oh, really? Oh, so you've
Yeah,
had that for,
about 4 or 5 years, 5, 6 years.
as in like before you met me?
No,
I met you just before COVID, like just before.
no, you met me way before COVID.
Did I? I
Yeah,
only
I started collecting in 2017. I did my show, I think was 2019.
Yeah, 2019 was when I first started my channel, at the start of 2019. That was more like towards the end of 2019 though, wasn't it?
No, it was start.
Oh,
Maybe.
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
So
I
that was
had
before I probably even found the YouTube community then. No,
yeah,
I
because
think I just found it. Because I reckon I was about 9 months, nine or so months before I found
cause
the YouTube
I did
community.
2 shows before COVID hit. So
Yeah,
that
but
would mean
I didn't go to the first one, did I? The one I went to was the second one, right?
yes. So, but then that means I would have did 2019 and 2020. So
I'm going back to my video. Let's have a look. I'll find out. Hey, who's done more Days of Future Pop Culture videos than me? Nobody. Days of
because I don't think any other ones. Tony
February 2020. So COVID had. That's when
hadn't
I
hit yet.
pretty much met you just not long before. I met you when you were organizing that event. So that might have been towards the end of 2019. I met you.
Yeah. So then I think I got the book in 2019
Okay. It was
because
on
I got it.
sale at your show for $400, Billy.
Yeah, and I got mine for 200 from Harley, under 200.
From Harley, really?
Yeah.
But that was before the big boom, right? So
So yeah, whatever. Um, yeah, I had plenty of opportunities to get another better copy of that book, and I never took it. So
you don't need it, mate. Just be happy that you have one.
I am. I'm surprisingly considering. Yeah.
How long have you
So
known Todd for?
So I met Todd in 2017 at Adelaide Supernova when we went to meet Stanley. Yeah, so he
As in,
was
you
going
met
to.
him at that event.
Yeah, we met
Were
him.
you
Like,
guys next to each other lining up?
yeah, he had the VIP pass. So we had the VIP pass through Supernova for Stan Lee, and he had the VIP pass from Stan Lee for the show. So he went before us in the line, and yeah, he came in and he was about to get books signed, and then yeah, like we had to tell him that Stan Lee had nothing to do with Hulk 181 because he
Well,
wanted to.
a lot of people just get Stan to sign any Marvel book, really. Like, it's not.
Yes, but if you're gonna get Stan Lee to sign a book, you get him to sign something he actually did.
Did he not create those characters?
No, Stan Lee wasn't doing X-Men when Wolverine was created.
He didn't create Hulk?
He did, but he didn't do anything on Hulk 181.
Yeah, I
He
know
didn't
that.
write it. He didn't do any of
He
that
didn't,
stuff.
but there's very few books that he did do
Bullshit. There's very few books he did.
compared to the amount of shit that he didn't do.
Shocked, but he did like the first 30,
Like old,
40 books
yeah,
of
old
the
stuff.
X-Men.
Yeah,
Yeah,
old stuff.
but that's the thing. Todd was going to spend crazy money on the Hulk 181 that he had nothing a part of it, and then I think he ended up buying Uncanny 12
Well, Uncanny 12. What's that?
first Juggernaut.
Okay, well, let me say this. If Todd bought Hulk 181 and had it signed by Stan Lee, it would be worth a lot of money.
No, it wouldn't,
I think
because
it would be. Yes, it would be. Heaps of people get Stan Lee just to sign random Marvel books.
yes, but it doesn't mean it's worth a lot of money, because people aren't going to buy a random book just because it's signed by Stan Lee.
They'll buy Hulk 181 if it was signed by Stan Lee.
I don't honestly think so.
How much did you pay for it, Todd? Let us know. My mate bought one a couple years ago. I think he said he got it for $6,000. I want to say he paid. The guy had it on sale for $8,000 and he got it down to $6,000 somehow.
Well, in saying that, time, we didn't tell Todd not to buy the Hulk 181. We just said that he shouldn't get it signed. There's a difference. So Todd's a big boy and made his decision on what he bought.
If Todd had a signed Hulk 181 by Stanley, I'd say, Todd, that's a cool thing to have, man.
All right. So you can ask Todd in the lines when we were in the lines lining up to meet him. People had like the new, so back in 2017, the new X-Men books that were coming out weekly to get signed. Why would you do that? That's just dumb.
Maybe that's all they had, Sean. That's all they had. They weren't serious comic collectors. They just, I've got some comics that are Marvel. Stan Lee's Marvel. Stan Lee should be able to sign anything Marvel.
So Simon wishes to spend that much money on a book.
Never. Never. What is the most expensive? Well, the Harley would be the most expensive book I bought.
Well, I'm bidding on an X-Men one at the moment. Finishes in 4 days. We'll see how we go.
Telling you, mate, set your alarm so you don't get sniped, because, mate, I got sniped recently on something small, but like I was gutted. I was so gutted that I lost this auction.
Yeah, I've think, but this is through a different auction, so you can do what's called pre-bid with them. So if someone tries to snipe you in the last minute, it'll automatically bid for you, so you can't lose it for I agree, Tony, but still, you're talking about Stan Lee. You
He
want
created
something
Hulk,
that
didn't he? He created Hulk, didn't he?
yes, but
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Stanley has a pass to sign anything that's Marvel.
yeah, but the guys who created Superman, if they were still around, you're not getting them to sign a 2020 Superman when they created him in 1934.
That's because no one knows who created Superman.
Joe Solstar.
Very good. I didn't know that. I don't know who created Superman, all right?
So it's just that's why I asked the question before, Simon, on do you get something that everyone gets signed or do you get something unique?
I
I'm
get something
looking at
that
it.
you want signed. If
Yeah,
if what you want signed the most is the same thing as what everyone else gets, then so be it. But if it's something else, like Jenny Frison, like how do I decide? Well, I choose one of my favorite covers. In fact, yeah, that's probably my top 2 or 3 favorite Jenny Frison covers. The other favorite cover I've already got signed by her, so I paid for
yes,
it. So
but in saying that, all right, that's why when I met Stan Lee and we met Todd, I was of the thing that I get something different that not many people have signed, so it's more unique and something he did. Now I'm of the mind, do I get something that's I'm going to be maybe one of 5 or 10 or 15 people that has that book signed by him, or do I get something that 1,000 people will have had signed from him? That's like the April Fool's cover for Tom King. I don't think overly too many people are getting him to sign that book.
I think there'd be a few because people
Yeah,
think they're
but it's
funny.
not going to be as many people as the people getting him to sign Batman 50 or Batman 89.
That's a good one. Getting a Newton comic signed is a fantastic idea.
Yeah, that was different. See, like I had the X-Men one then, but I didn't think about doing that with the Newton's comic version.
Wait, you had Newton X-Men 1. Do you still have it?
Yeah,
Hey, Gray.
and I've got Hulk #1 as well.
Impressive. I've got First Nightwing. Oh wait, but that's not Newton. That's Murray. Oh wait, who
Yeah, Murray, I think it
is it?
is.
Murray? Yeah. And it's not like the issue's different. Like it's not the same number. It's like a different random number.
Yeah. So I got like lucky with those. I bought the Hulk #1 from like a Sunday market, and it cost me like $5, and it's still got the poster in it.
Someone I know who from the punk scene, he bought the Newton Avengers 1 Newton at an antique shop for like $5. Like he posted it on Facebook and I messaged him privately and said, "Hey man, you know what that book is?" And he goes, "Yeah, I looked it up. It's fucking worth heaps." I was like, "Yeah." And he actually came to Yarraville because he was trying to sell it. So I was like, "Look," he goes, "Do you know anyone who'll sell?" I was like, "Look, come speak to this guy." And I introduced him to Dave. And Dave was like, "Oh, I reckon you could get this much for it." I was like, "Yeah." So I don't know if he ended up selling it, but I'm sure he ended up selling it and bought beer for money.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's you get older, you get a bit more into collecting, and you change your things. Yeah, we seen there was people getting statues signed by Stanley.
Yeah, I know a lot of people. You know how what's his name, Tamu Morrison or whatever his name is, the guy who plays
Yeah,
Boba Fett. A lot of people get the helmet signed.
yeah, but see, I can understand the helmet. These guys were getting the bottom of the base signed on a like a premium format, like on the
Yeah,
big things.
it's a bit
So
silly.
you're never going to see the signature.
I saw people at a place getting Robert Patrick's signature T1000, and they brought like a T1000. It was like a bust, like of just his head, but it was like chromed out. So he's trying to write on it. He's like, "What the fuck? How do you write on this?"
Yeah. So there's a lot of I've seen a lot of weird things getting signed. So,
You should
but
get your forehead signed.
my forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
And then
get you. I'll get you to sign it, and then I'll get it tattooed.
Yeah. Look, Stanley's signature would look great over the eyebrow. Oof.
Yeah, invisible ink, Simple Simon.
You can get tattoos now that use like so you
UV
can't
light.
see it unless it's under UV light.
Yeah, I know.
Cool. It's pretty cool.
I contemplated. I seen they're gonna have the tattoo artists at Nova. I contemplated getting a tattoo that weekend.
Are those tattoo artists good though?
They're good, but they only do the pre-formed stuff they have in the books.
Yeah.
So they're all little things that take like an hour.
I'm sure some of them have like clients that go to the show to get like their original stuff done as well. But I think for the sake of speeding through like a bunch of tattoos on a day.
Yeah, that's why I don't think they do anything bigger than
at the last one there was a tattooist who was dressed up as One Punch Man.
Yeah, so the first time I seen the tattoo thing in a show was in America, and it was huge. Like, and they were doing like proper pieces, none of this pre-formed stuff from a book. You'd go and they do it, and they were doing big ass pieces. So it was something different and cool. So one day I get there. Get my back started. Do my Marvel versus DC battle on my back.
It'll take a long time.
Yeah, and a lot of money.
Yeah, no. I mean, I want tattoos, but again, they're expensive.
Yeah, you got to pick the right place to do it, and the right person. So
Most actually not. My big one was a backyard job. It was my friend's wife who she did work in a tattoo shop when she lived in England, but when she moved to Australia, she became a teacher, and she just kind of did tattoos on the weekends as for spare.
yeah, right. It doesn't matter where the person is. It's just the right person. So you've seen my angel. Like I had that pre-designed. A friend designed it for me, and I went to one shop up here, and I went in, and I go to the guy. I want this. I took the picture to him. I said I want it, and he said, "All good. Come back in 2 weeks." I went back 2 weeks time. I had my appointment to go. He walks out. I go, "Oh, I don't think this one's going to work. It's not going to sit properly." And this. And then he tried to get me a picture out of one of the books of a girl like this. And I kept going, do I do it or do not? And something just seemed off. So I said, nah, thing. And then I went to another tattoo place. Yep. Printed it out, put it on, fixed up some things, and done. So some people are just lazy. They don't want to do.
There's some people that have to put this. So I remember because I used to watch. I remember like when I first got tattoos. Like then I started watching, all the tattoo shows like Miami Ink and all that bullshit. Yeah. Right? You spend like 2 weeks straight watching tattoo shows, and a lot of the times those guys will be like, "Oh, you always." They were like certain rules. Like a tattoo, if you have an image, has to be facing a certain way. Like depending on where it is on your body, it should always be facing inwards and all this sort of stuff.
Yeah, but they could have done that with what I had. This guy, like, I've got a stomach up, wings showing thing. The thing he tried to give me was a full-bodied girl with her legs crossed, like laying on the ground. One
when
leg
it's completely different. When it's completely different, that's weird.
Yeah, like it was nowhere. It's not like he could have said to me, "Oh, the image you got doesn't work because of this or that. We'll use this as a base and do thing." He went to completely different.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, I gave him the image beside. He goes, "Oh, just let me clean up some of the lines and some of the things just to make it better," and then tattooed it exactly the same as the picture I had.
Now, the Grey Man says he can't think of anything he'd want to pay lots of money to have pain and be marked for life by. Now, while Sean has an angel tattooed, I can see if Grey Man's banned back in the day, got huge and he had lots of money. I can see him with complete back piece with the demon, the character, the demon on his back, a whole back piece, Grey Man. I can see it. I can see you covered in tattoos, being the singer for your old band. There you go.
Grey Man. They're not actually as painful as people make them out to be.
And if you want, these days you can be a pussy and use numbing cream. My friend got a tattoo. And he goes, I was like, did it hurt? And he goes, no, he used numbing cream. I was like, you do know that's. I was like, tattoos are supposed to represent pain. It's supposed to be a painful memory of represent something in your life.
In saying that, I think it comes down to the tattooist as well, because like I've had both arms done. The guy that I had do my first one, I barely even knew he was tattooing me. And then the guy who did my second one, the only reason I had any pain was because some of it wraps over onto the shoulder here. Yeah. So when he was doing here, I could feel it. The rest was like nothing.
Mate, when I got my padlock, this thing, oh, can't see it. Mate, my whole fucking rib cage is fucking rattling when you did it. Not your thing. Whatever, right. Grey Man.
Soon, Grey, they'll start making, you know how you can get the tattoo sleeves? They'll be making...
wear them.
Yeah, wear them, and he'll get his demon one on his back, and he'll wear it for a day, and then change it to Batman the next day.
Isn't that called the t-shirt? A demon t-shirt? No,
you get the ones that look like skin, so you don't know it's fake. Everyone will just think he manned up and got a tattoo. Alrighty. I think I might call it. Yeah.
Mate. Well, firstly, what a thumbnail. I mean, how many people are watching? They all got drawn in by that amazing thumbnail. Great job.
Yeah. Hey, I put your name and I thanked you in the description.
Oh, did you? You didn't have to do that. So this is it. Is this the first episode of Thursday Night with Zarz?
Yeah.
There you go.
It is. It's official.
Forget about those Aussies.
Yeah.
It's all about Zarz.
So let's see what Grey has to say.
You should tattoo like a short box of comics on your back, Grey Man.
Grey, in your case, yeah, you'd probably be missing out on like 300 or 400 books with the books you buy and the deals you get. For me, I'm probably missing out on like 1 or 2 books with the amount of money I spend on books. Won't be a very long box, will it, Grey?
No, it starts off as a short box and it becomes a long box. Oh dear. I think on that note we should go.
Thank you to everyone who watched, and thank you to whoever catches the replay. Thank you for jumping on. Subscribe, like, and follow.
Giant Size Toy Fair this Sunday, boys. Get your tickets if you haven't already.
Yeah, and all the Aussies who normally jump on, you can find all their details in the description. And thank you for watching.
See you, Grey.
Good night.